Right to this, a suggestion via a channel member. Let's go and jump to the video immediately. Let's see what this takes us, guys.
And it's time for Lefties Losing It. And I regret to inform you that the weapon grade crazy is extra toxic this week because two deranged individuals have come together to spew insane lies. It's Lefty Losing It Hall of Famer Rosie O'Donnell and former CNN Chief White House Correspondent Jim Acosta. Okay. They are now reduced to this. Let's start with Mad Banshee Rosie's crazy claims about
Trump, right? I'm guessing it's Trump.
Donald Trump.
It's Trump. Okay, I figured that.
He paid $1 billion to Jeffrey Epstein over the time of their friendship. $1 billion. You know, before he brings more troops into Chicago and harasses brown-skinned people, before he breaks more of the Constitution apart, before he starts having people get killed, we have to do something, America.
Yeah.
And it's
I agree.
He agrees. Jim Acosta agrees. What is she suggesting there, Jim? More acts of violence, more riots, more assassination attempts?
Most likely.
And let's not forget, Jim Acosta served as CNN's chief White House correspondent for years. But even he flinches here when Rosie calls the US president a... This is incredible. And Rosie, I hope for your sake, Donald Trump doesn't sue you for this slander, though you richly deserve it.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up. Our president is a serial, and that's what he is. And in America, you're allowed to have an opinion. You're allowed to say
listen, hold on. Hold the phone here, buddy. You can definitely say whatever you want to say. Absolutely. But you're generally not free from like the consequences of it. Let's just say that there. And when you're saying something as wild as that, like you understand what you're doing, you're defaming him. You're not really doing anything to promote your cause. You're just setting yourself up for a lawsuit. But either way, live your best life. Say whatever you want to say, bro.
Country was founded on. Yeah. Come on.
Oh, dear Rosie, you are entitled to an opinion, but you're not entitled to spew your sick, delusional fantasies when they involve defamation. There are legal remedies for that. Now to a current CNN anchor, Abby Phillips, who is schooled here about Social Security by Ben Shapiro. This is embarrassing.
When you're talking about, hold on, when you're talking about the government paying, you're talking about Social Security, which is people's money.
Well, it is not the money you paid in.
It's the system that they pay into.
Well, no,
your paycheck stub.
Yes, but believe me, I pay a lot.
I know I pay into Social Security. I don't know about
I promise you, the amount that people are taking out is not the amount that is going in, which is why we are going bankrupt.
Okay, but it's not the government just handing out a blank check.
No, it's the government borrowing money to pay. Well, you pay in X dollars, and then you get multiple times X dollars when you retire. That is how the system works. It is not a lockbox.
Now to another former CNN anchor who's now producing their own online content, Don Lemon. Here he is with Democrat beta boy, Harry Sisson, and they're coming...
Democrat beta boy? Oh, my God.
...to save democracy.
Jeez. We're coming to save democracy. Oh, no. Copyright, guys. Copyright.
While we're on Don Lemon, did he put his foot in it with Democrat Sarah McBride, who is a man who identifies as a woman?
This is my car. I'm heading back to Delaware.
It is, dude. Do you have a Hemi in here? What is it?
This is a beautiful Chevy Equinox, American made.
You got a whole closet back there.
Dude, that's a misgender if I ever heard.
Okay, I get what you're doing here, but not in the context of that. I mean, people call people bro and dude, et cetera, et cetera. I wouldn't say that's what you should point out. You should point out the voice. But either way.
Good one, straight to re-education camp for you, Don. And sticking with Don, he is out there trying to save democracy, he calls it, trying to whip up fear about Trump's law and order crackdown. But here a Maryland woman explains what happened to her family because of the lawlessness that's happening in big cities.
All right, let's go.
My husband was 2 years ago, and nothing was ever done.
Where? At home?
Nothing?
Right out in front of her house.
Sorry.
It was a carjacking gone wrong, and they shot him in his head.
Wow,
Killed him instantly, so. But again, our lovely mayor didn't do nothing.
Did they ever find the perpetrator?
Nope.
Wow. So you want to see it?
Yes, I want justice.
I mean, of course.
You want justice, and you would like to see the troops here in the national.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
funny enough, if you actually were to speak to a good amount of the people that were actually experiencing the literal debauchery on a daily basis, you'll start to realize that a lot of them do not want this any longer for themselves, guys. All right. And that's in like most of the major cities. They are trying to be like, hey, listen, I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to go outside and deal with it. But listen, guys, should we not stop the legitimate root cause of why you don't want to go outside, why you don't want to experience life? Life is not like that, guys. Okay. Let's clean up the filth in all of the cities immediately.
Poor Don is not having much luck on the street. Here he is in New York City.
How you doing, sir? Can we talk to you? Where are you from? You live in New York?
Who are you?
Don Lemon.
You're a moron, dude.
Thank you. So are you.
Yeah, oh, that's very nice of you to say.
Nice to see you.
Except you've never heard anything I've had to say, and I've heard a whole bunch of what you've
I'm glad you
say.
watched me.
No, I don't.
Why?
But you just get clipped everywhere.
I know, but why don't you? You said you don't watch me, but yet you know who I am, and I get clipped.
Before I realized that CNN and MSNBC were full of shit, every once in a while I'd see
What do you watch?
talking. I watch all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but why do you say CNN and MSNBC are full of shit?
Because they
are.
But about what? Be
Everything.
specific. What's everything?
Everything.
Now, Donald Trump was back in New York for the US Open in New York City, the bluest of cities in
the US
a blue
Open.
state, and yet he got a better reception than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris get at sporting events.
Through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, stay.
And here is the president arriving at the men's final and being greeted with loud cheers. You may be shocked by that if you read the media headlines about all the booing and chaos. Then the president signed some hats for fans. Again, this is New York City. That's what's shocking about this. And as POTUS walked through the crowd, chants of USA went up. Funny how that really doesn't seem to happen too much with Democrat leaders.
Okay, hold on, guys. Like, listen, everything that we complain about, I'm sure like we can all kind of come to terms with this here. This is media, right? Like this is the media. CNN, MSNBC, Fox, all of these guys, they're all the media. Understand everything is basically cherry picked to basically show their crowd what they want to actually see. Just be fully aware that he was probably booed also. All right, I get it. We're seeing footage of him not being booed, but keep in mind this is still New York City. I'm from New York. He's gonna get booed, bro. All right. But that is not the point here. All right. Because if the left is attempting to basically say all he got was booed, here's the proof. But understand, just like how they cherry picked. So where's the truth? Look at both of them and then figure it out yourself.
As for the man who would go on to be crowned US Open champion, Carlos Alcaraz, he said it would be a privilege for the US Open to have the president attend.
For me, playing in front of him. So to be honest, I will try not to be focused on, and I will try not to think about it. I don't want myself to be nervous because of it. So, but I think attending the tennis match, I think is great for tennis to have the president into the final.
Joining me now is Newsweek's senior editor-at-large and article
100%
project senior
on that.
counsel Josh Hammer. Josh, again we see a big difference between the media narrative and reality.
Yeah, Rita, the crazy thing is I actually watched this entire tennis match. I'm actually a lifelong big tennis fan. Once upon a time, back in the day, I actually interned for the U.S. Tennis Association and worked at the 2009 U.S. Open myself. So I'm a longtime big fan of the sport. I watched this entire match between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner from beginning to end. And I was struck, Rita, that at least here in the United States, so ABC, the parent company of ESPN, was televising this. they did not show Donald Trump a single time during the match. They showed him in the pre-match singing of the national anthem, and then they showed him again after the match was over. They showed him applauding Alcaraz, who defeated Sinner in 4 sets. They literally not a single time showed him.
What do you expect from ABC?
They were showing all the other celebrities there. There was Bruce Springsteen. There was Steph Curry, the NBA player there. There was Ben Stiller, the actor.
Incredible.
I mean, it's a very star-studded tournament. They never showed the president. The most important man in the world is sitting right there, by the way, flanked by Steve Witkoff, Pam Bondi, other pretty important people. They didn't show him a single time there. So,
what do you expect?
If you didn't know any better, if you weren't on social media, if you weren't looking in the comment section, so to speak, you would have thought that it was a total nothing burger, that this guy, Donnie from Queens shows up there.
Donnie from Queens.
The camera shows him once there. It's totally crazy stuff. But the reality is he is very popular in New York State right now. Donald Trump is a native son, not just of New York City, but of the borough Queens, where the U.S. Open actually is held there. And this is Donald Trump's appeal, is that, again, he's the Fifth Avenue blue-collar billionaire. He's the guy who will roll in here, and he's going to have a very nice suit there. He's going to look professional there. But the working man resonates him in a way that no president really up until this time, I think, in American history has, Rita. That was very much on display. I'm not going to predict that New York State is going to go red anytime soon or anything like that. What I am saying is that Donald Trump is a very, very different kind of Republican. We saw that yet again.
Of course he is. Like, Donald Trump is barely a Republican. Hold on. Like, I think nowadays, I think, obviously he is, because of just like how ridiculous the left is, I think. And what's crazy is that a good amount of the people who I've always thought of as Democrats, at least, are now, a good amount of them are Republicans. Now, guys, let's just be completely honest here. I mean, I get it. Like, he wants to add flowers onto things here, but sometimes let's just be truthful and honest here. New York State is not going to flip. He's not liked large scale in New York at all. And specifically in Queens, I doubt it, guys. Queens, I doubt it. And so let's move on to where we just encountered here, the Open, right? The U.S. Open. We can talk about the working man, but the people that are actually there, like they're in the crowd, those are not the working men and women. Those are not them. Like, I want you guys to just be fully aware here. That's not them. Those are the coastal elites that are there. So when, I guess when CNN decided to say that he was booed, he was most likely booed, because again, these are the coastal elites, right? These people don't work, right? These are generally, CEOs, CFOs, COOs of corporations. They have Wall Street money. They have houses on Long Island and the Hamptons, guys. Like, just be fully aware what's actually happening here. Don't let the media cloud you. The response and the reception of him at the U.S. Open was probably not amazing. Now, are there going to be people who absolutely will be there, praising him and things like that? Absolutely. The ones who are outside, probably, yeah. The ones who basically couldn't afford a seat. You get what I'm saying here, guys? Understand who he was around at that moment. He was around like the legitimate upper crust of New York. All right, that's who he was around. And these are what people call the coastal elites. All right. But either way, listen, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly.